Each school year is marked by something unique, something that makes it stand out. The beginning of the 2022-23 school year was marred by 3 separate reported assaults taking place in the first 2 weeks of the semester. The first incident took place on August 19th and was an armed robbery and shooting that occurred right outside of East LaVille Hall. LSUPD investigated and determined that it was not a random crime, as the 2 people involved knew each other. To this day, a warrant is out for the suspect's arrest. The next incident took place on August 24th in the Astor Street area near Cypress Hall. It was originally reported as a second-degree kidnapping, meaning either the forcible seizing and carrying of any person from one place to another, or the enticing or persuading of any person to go from one place to another. LSU students received both an emergency text and email notifying them of the incident. The victim was recovered and met with campus police the same day the incident occurred. According to a recent statement LSU released, the August 24th incident, quote, has been fully investigated, and based on their investigation, LSUPD determined that a kidnapping did not occur. No criminal charges are being filed, and this case is closed. The very next day, August 25th, the second attempted kidnapping was reported taking place outside of Acadian Hall. The suspect, identified as Lazariel Archilla, was a food delivery driver working with DoorDash. He was ticketed for simple battery and simple assault. Once again, LSUPD reported they, quote, thoroughly investigated the incident, and on August 29th, suspect met with detectives at the LSU Police Department, where he was arrested and charged with simple battery and simple assault, based on the evidence obtained in the case, end quote. Despite the clarifications LSU and the police department have sent out, students still have some concerns with on-campus safety.
So right now, I don't really feel safe. I have to go to the studio late at night because I'm a landscape architecture major, and it's really scary to leave and go to the studio at night and feel unsafe when I'm trying to just do assignments and do my homework.
It's a little crazy, and I can't say I feel the safest as a woman on campus, just because the LSUPD is known for being unreliable, and right now they're being tested, it seems, and it's not really showing any improvement, which makes me nervous.
We also asked students if there were any improvements they thought LSUPD could make.
I think just having more presence on campus in terms of police, but also it's hard because no one really trusts the police anymore. So it's I think there's things that LSU can do in general. I mean, there's always something that they can do. They have the money, they have the budget to be able to do something to help. But I think also just mostly over by the design building, increasing lighting, making it less dark would really help, and having a lot of schools have these stations for alerting things are happening, and I think we have some, but maybe increasing the number of those, and also just making people more aware of the resources that we have available to us, because there are a lot of resources and people that'll walk you home at night or take care, make sure you're safe.
I don't know. I mean, we've got cameras and stuff everywhere, but if people want to do what they're gonna do, people are always gonna find a way to do something. Most of the stuff's been on the outskirts, maybe spruce or cedar and stuff. So there's obviously less security over there.
Just more patrols, maybe regulating the people who are on campus. You see a lot of high schools and elementary schools now that are pretty tight knit with their security, and yes, this is a college campus, it's not so black and white like students and teachers, but at the same time I feel there could be that regulation, especially at gates and whatnot, so there's not just randos walking around.
Reporting for KLSU News, I'm Lucia, Restrepo, Bralley.